So I just got my funded account payouts, real money from real trades. Today I'm going to break down how I did that, how much I made, and what it really takes to get here to the point where I'm at. So, quick intro to who I am. My name's Jonathan. I've been trading for 7 months now, and I trade NQ and ES. I honestly started this journey because I'm a heavy gamer, so I love gaming, and trading to me is kind of like a game. You know, the better the ranking, the more money you're gonna make. But it's a journey. So I love the competitive side of the trades that I'm taking and how consistently I can get. But there's so many mistakes along the way. It's like a huge learning curve, right? So right now I am recovering from a blown account. So I took huge payouts, blew the account, reset the account now. And I'm going to be documenting this journey to getting back to consistency, to getting the actual big monies again. So I want to document that journey so you guys can see what it actually takes and the consistency it takes. Because with trading, it doesn't matter if you've built the money. The money is there. It's staying with the money, staying consistent, right? So you want to keep it going and staying consistent with this month. So that's what I'm looking to do this month right now. You know, this doesn't happen overnight. Trading doesn't happen overnight. It's long times of consistency and really sitting on your hands and waiting for your setup to happen. So I've always quit. You know, I've thought about quitting many times, but it's all in just sticking with it, sticking with your plan, and following through. Enough said. Let me show you guys. My actual platform here. So here's my P&L before I fucked up. Just taking consistent wins here before I actually kind of blew it. Here is my payout confirmation that I took. Jonathan payout. I took in 05 accounts. Gotten 2 payouts. We don't need to go in depth with that. It was actually during this run here. Here is my top step right now. Let's pull it up so you guys can see that. Here's my top step right now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 express that I'm going to be trading this week. So, again, not the best trader, but I'm still trying to find consistency, right? So, let's talk about consistency. How do you become consistent? Let's talk about that. I think consistency now is what I'm going to be focusing on, which is basically just taking your own setup, right? You're not going to be taking anything else. Because I know when you get on the chart, you see something, you're like, I could take a quick move, you know, I'm going to take this quick move. And then you get in, you see it like bounce off specific OB, and you're looking for something specific. You don't really have a good trading plan there. When you have a specific plan that you stick to, and you master that plan, that is the consistency. You're only taking your plan. And what I've learned is that a master of one plan and a master of the other plan are going to most likely take the same exact trade. Most people don't see that happening, but I see it happening all the time. Me and a friend of mine and somebody else, we end up taking the same trade, even though we have different setups, right? One can trade maybe, you know, trend line resistance, supply and demand. One's trading ITT concepts. One is trading smart money. One is trading, you know, CRTs. Personally, I trade CRTs, specifically Model 1s and Kiss of Death. That's what I trade. And we'll go over that. I'm planning on going over that. Basically, it's a power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and a higher time frame. I look for confirmation in a lower time frame and a higher time frame, and then looking at confluences off of an order block, and then to kind of take that to opposing liquidity, right? It's pretty simple, guys. It's really simple. I'm just that is what I trade. My problem is finding the consistency to keep only trading that, right? If I just sit there and I trade that all day, I will be consistent. So this is a good example of a CRT. 4 hour here, right? Let's mark it out on ES as well. We have a 4 hour, creates the range. In that 4 hour, we can see that it purges the high, right? If I go here, we can see a 1 hour CRT as well. purges the range, right? Takes this high, takes his buy side as well, right? We 4 hour, 1 hour, we go down to the 15-minute. We can see that as well here, right? 15-minute, 10 o'clock, 10:15 purged, close back in the range. Perfect short. Coming in with the short right there, stops the highs. We target first 50% of the range, and then we target 100% of the range after, right? Basics of CRT. Plain and simple, right? That is my strategy. But consistency is just taking that over and over and over again, right? I'll go over more in depth with it later on, but taking only that trade is what's going to make you consistent and what's going to make you profitable. So I'm going to document that journey. I'm not an editor, not a filmmaker, I'm not a YouTuber. The purpose of making this is really just to help the people that actually want to trade. I've invested a lot of money, I've invested a lot of time, I've backtested so much. I mean, I've backtested to a point where it actually hurts me to backtest. I've watched so many videos that there's a point of watching videos doesn't hurt. I mean, like, it literally hurts me. So it's kind of something that I want to help out. I want to help out the people that are learning, the people that are even my friends. I'm going to send this to my friends that are trying to get into trading, that I tell them, don't. You probably shouldn't. It's going to suck. You're going to hate it. It's a long ass journey. You're going to want to quit many times. You're going to lose money. But if you get it down, it is life changing. If you become a profitable trader, nothing else will compare to it. The freedom that you get from it is insane. You can do it from anywhere. The stress level goes away because you're emotionless. You observe the market and you respond. That's it. When people say that, listen to that again. You observe the market and you respond. You are not predicting the market. You wait for the market to show you and you respond. That's all trading is. At the end of the day, you wait for it to make its move. If you see your setup, you take it. If you don't, you don't. It's literally that easy. It's literally that easy. But I know that you want to rush the process. I know that once you get on the chart, you want to go in and you just, oh, dude, it's respecting bearish order flow. We came up back to this fair value gap on the SIBI, and it's bouncing off the SIBI. I'm going to take this. Well, guess what? When fucking 20 handles down, you're not going to TP right there. You're waiting for the buy, like all of the sell side liquidity at the bottom. And there's an actual 4-hour OB right there that we're going to respect and skyrocket, especially in these conditions that we're in right now where we're so volatile that if you're trading with micros, like 2, 3, 4, 5 micros, you can blow a count like that. That's what happened to me. I did not size correctly and I got cooked. You need to size correctly now. But we're going to go into that all later on. For the beginning, let me show you guys how this is done, how the reality of actually trading. And we're going to go from that point. Today's currently Sunday. It is April 13th. So I'm going to show you how much you can expect to make on a daily base from this. Again, 5 accounts. So if you have 5 fundeds, this is what it is. If you don't, you should start with just divided by 5 for your expectations. And we're all different, right? So this is my journey. Doesn't mean it's going to equal to your journey. But if you're putting in the work that I am putting in and you're backtesting and you're actually trying to do this, we can have similar journeys, right? There's nothing separating me and you. I just have a personality where if I do something, I do it. So, if you have that as well, if you were, a gamer, if you were somebody that's competitive, I'm sure we're somewhat similar, right? You're trying to get those dubs, right? You're trying to get You're gonna try to get that high KDA, which is just a high win rate, right? You're trying to get to the ranks. You're just trying to bring in higher P&L, right? So that's the reality of trading. So I think there's a huge amount of people that are going to be coming into trading recently. I mean, just the volatility of the market, it's kind of like GameStop 2.0, which is when I kind of started back in college. It's kind of like that. And I know I'm ranting and I know I'm talking about you guys, but I just want to give you guys a backstory and then see if you guys understand. And I know this is probably gonna get like 1 or 2 views at most, but for the 1 or 2 people that are actually gonna watch this is why I'm making this. I'm making this for you guys because for me this doesn't matter. Um, this video does not matter for me at all. I have a company here in Austin, Texas, where I'm at, and I don't need this. I don't need this. This is not going to be money wise. I'm not going to monetize this. This is just going to be for educational standpoint for you guys, and I think it'll be a fun thing to do. I also think I will benefit from this because I will take it a little bit more serious, which is another thing, like a pro for me. But I think this is really just to help the people out there. So if you're serious about trading, um, then you want some free sauce. You've somebody that's already done it. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. Maybe in the future, I don't know. I can't tell you guys. I'm not gonna be like, hey, maybe I'll start coaching. I don't know. Probably not, but who knows? Who knows? We never know what's happening. But as of right now, I'm just dropping free sauce. I've already done it. I've already gotten payouts. Um, like I said, you just saw I actually made 30 grand last month, right? 5 accounts. So, you know, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So if you guys are serious about it, if you guys want to do it, just subscribe. Let me know how your journey is. If you have any questions, just put it down below. I'll try to get to the response as much as I can, and we'll go from there. I will see you guys tomorrow, where we're gonna start taking trades. I'm gonna go over my trades. Let me know what you guys want to see too, but I'm gonna go over my trades, show you guys what I'm doing, like my psychology standpoint, because a huge point of trading is your psychology. So, yep. Take care, guys. Peace.